And now we'll switch to the second page of this wizard experience. On this page of the web form application, the user is asked for information about other insurance policies and other claims that they may have made. However, the form can do more than collect information. It can also provide upselling or cross-selling information specific to the customer. For example, this Find Out More button brings up a dialog with the results of a web service query on how many other people in the same state buy multiple policies. This could just as easily be information on how much money a person might save if they bought multiple policies. Values like these can not only be specific to customer information, but they can also be managed by the enterprise using IBM Business Analytics for increased market competitiveness within a particular state, for example. The form can also provide dynamic targeted ads that are sensitive to the data filled by the user. For example, this banner ad at the top here is actually sensitive to the answer to this question here. For example, if the user says, "No, I don't have any other insurance policies with you," then they're provided with a different banner ad that tells them that they might save more money if they do buy multiple policies. A more elaborate version of that appears over here with this object on the right, which we call a form part. At the most basic level, form parts allow for componentization, since groups of related user interface controls and application behaviors can be bundled together and made available as drag-and-drop components in the IBM Forms designer. Form parts also promote reusability of components across a large form library. You can build common components that collect data, like an address block, and then use those components in multiple forms. Later, if the address block format changes, for example, then you can change the form part and then automatically update all the forms that use it. But in this form, we have an even more interesting usage of a form part to provide business agility. The region here on the right-hand side is a region whose content has been delegated to the marketing department rather than the IT department. So customers can be provided with special offers or contact information independently and under control of the marketing department and independently from the main data collection behavior of the form. This page also demonstrates dynamic form content capabilities. For example, if I click yes to this "Do you have insurance?", then I get several more form controls that allow me to add more information, like what kind of other policies do I have. And if I add to the table here, so for example, I don't know how many policies I might have, so I need a table that can dynamically grow to accommodate any amount of user input. Not only do I add, what kind of insurance I have, but I have, in this case, the ability to provide further information, like it's comprehensive with a $500 deductible. But this is just an example of a table. Okay, so I might have also a second life insurance policy. So I can add that as well. So as you can see, this table can get as big as it needs to, and the update of this entire web page happens entirely with JavaScript, and so there's no page refreshes. Best of all, this responsiveness of dynamic content is very smart. So if a user makes a mistake, for example, they filled out a part of a form and then they go and they click something accidentally and they realize they've made the mistake, when they go to get it back, not only do they get the table back, but the tables actually remember what content they actually contained. So this increases usability because users can more easily correct their mistakes. So now I'm going to press the fill out the page button so you can see a different kind of table, slightly different layout here. You've got currency values, date pickers, notes once again. This, of course, can also have as many rows as you want. So the idea here is that you can have pretty much any kind of table that you want. The table rows themselves don't need to simply be linear rows of form controls. They can have any arbitrary layout. In fact, you can even put an entire table nested inside of another table and have different numbers of rows on the inner table for each row of the outer table. This allows you to present hierarchic information to end users. It's also very easy to create sort of expense report style column summations, as well as purchase order style row operations, and that these formulas that you create can be automatically kept up to date, just like a built-in spreadsheet.